Hi, I'm Julia Hultgren, and I'm a social worker licensed in the state of Colorado. I like to work with my individual and group clients in a way that helps them to achieve a state of mindfulness over their behaviors and their emotions. We've had really good success interrupting negative thought processes and helping to improve their emotional state and overall feelings of control in their lives. What scientists are discovering is that the human brain wasn't very well configured for communicating with itself. Because vertically, we have the reptilian brain, the emotional brain, and then the thinking brain. And none of these layers communicate very well with themselves. Horizontally, we have the two lobes of the brain, and most of my clients are right-handed, and that means they get stuck in this left prefrontal cortex. And what happens with this left prefrontal cortex is it has like a trigger or a thought that's not very positive, like you are an idiot and you really screwed this up. And then what happens is that it goes back to the emotional brain. There's this like short pathway where it goes back to the emotional brain, and the emotional brain says, gosh, I really feel crummy about this. And then it goes back to the thinking brain, and the thinking brain says, you're just not worth very much. And what I have to say is that my adolescent clients think that I'm reading their minds when I tell them that I can hear what they're saying to themselves. So the good news about the human brain is that we can interrupt these thought processes and take them around to the right lobe of the brain, creating a new neural pathway, and with new positive thought processes in this new neural pathway. So we've had a lot of success creating positive thought patterns. And what we often do is we often cue the brain. You can do it with a finger signal. And the other thing the brain really likes is to have a lot of oxygen. If you'll notice when you're getting upset, usually you stop breathing deep breaths. Usually you're just panting. And that doesn't help your brain get what it needs. And then we get stuck in the areas where we're really comfortable, and often they're not positive situations for ourselves. So what I do with my clients, we always start the same way. We always start by taking 3 deep breaths. Now I'm going to walk you through a shortened version of a relaxation exercise. But what I want to caution you about first is please be sitting or stationary. Please don't be operating machinery or driving while you're listening to this. So we always start with 3 deep breaths, and you can keep your eyes open or closed. Doesn't matter to me. It works either way. And you take deep breaths in, fully filling your lungs, pushing it down into your belly so that you feel really filled with air, and then slowly exhaling. And then taking another really deep breath, and then exhaling. And then the third time, pulling the air in really slowly, feeling it fill your lungs, and then exhaling. And the next thing you want to do is take your attention just behind your eyes. And on the inside of your forehead, you're looking out on the outside, to the outside of your forehead, where you can see an orb of healing or relaxing light. And the rules about the light are always the same. You have complete control over the qualities. But if you give the light qualities, it also triggers your brain in really great ways. So it's good to think of it in a certain color. It's good to think of it especially as a certain fragrance, a texture, an intensity. Maybe it has a taste. All of these things are good to imbue with your light. So thinking about what your light is like, and then slowly drawing it in through the forehead and taking it up around the brain. And as you're doing this, remembering to take a deep breath in and then exhaling. And then allowing the light to fully fill both lobes of the brain. And you might even want to be thinking about the horizontal and vertical nature of your brain. So as you're filling it with light, making sure that both lobes of the brain are fully filled, top to bottom, bottom to top, or side to side with this relaxing and healing light. And then you want to take the light through all the parts of the head, you know, where the eye sockets are, the nostrils, the mouth, the throat, the ears, and then take a deep breath in and exhale. And then take the light into the shoulders, massaging it into the shoulders. Sometimes people who are tense carry a lot of anxiety in the shoulders, so you kind of want to let any of that tension just melt away. And then taking the light into the shoulder joints, the upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the tops, and the backs of the hands. And you might even begin to feel the light pool and tingle in the tips of the fingers. And then take a deep breath in and exhale. And then you want to take the light down into the throat, into the organ cavity, fully filling all of the organs with healing and relaxing light, filling the lungs fully, the heart fully, the stomach, the liver, the kidneys, the intestinal tract, the reproductive organs, filling the whole organ cavity from throat to hips with divine and healing light. And then taking the light into the hips, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. And taking the light into the tops and backs of the thighs, into the knees, the shins, the calves, and the ankles, and taking a deep breath in and exhaling. And then you want to take the light into the tops and bottoms of the feet, the heels, the toes. You might even begin to feel the light pool and tingle in the tips of the toes. And now you should have an awareness of your entire body being filled with healing and relaxing light. And then taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Now what happens with this situation is the more you train your brain and your body to communicate in this way, the more relaxation and the more time you have to create a new circumstance for yourself. And what scientists are finding is that you are, while you're doing this, creating a new neural pathway and a new behavior that goes with it. So we've had a lot of success with my clients as individuals and as groups. With groups, it's great. They learn to work together. They take their group concerns and they work through them and create a new positive behavior around the anxiety that they had around working as a team. It's been really a terrific intervention. So I thank you for allowing me to introduce my favorite way of working with my clients. Thank you very much.